Hello, welcome into my workshop and welcome to the show Creations in Clay. My name is Louis Palladini, and tonight I'd like to do an animal that everyone is extremely familiar with. I want to do a raccoon. They're a very interesting animal. You know, at night sometimes you hear them trying to get into a garbage pail or something and you hear it clanging, or you know, or you might see them scampering across the ride at night. They almost look like a little bandit, the way they, almost like with like a little face mask on. But I will show you how to do that from start to finish. I want to show you the types of clay that you can use. There's an oil-based clay such as this, which never hardens. And this is the one I mentioned in the past I've used when I was a little kid, and you can use it over and over again. Then when you get tired of the sculpture, you just make something brand new. That's the beauty of this clay. Another type of clay that you can use is an air hardening clay such as this, which will harden in 2 hours or overnight. And you can paint it. It's permanent, and you know, that way if you want to make a little sculpture and put it in your bookshelf, it's a good clay to use for that. My preference for the clay is a clay called Super Sculpey, which can be baked in the oven at 275 degrees for 15 or 20 minutes. You can drill it, sand it, you can do a tremendous amount of detail work with it, and that's why I really like it. The type or the size balls of clay that we'll be using tonight. For the raccoon's body, we'll use this size ball right here. And then for the head, we'll use this size ball right here. And then for the front legs, we'll use these two balls of clay here, that size. And then the rear legs, I made them the balls a little bit bigger, and we'll use those for the rear legs. And some of the other things, like the ears and the nose, I have an extra piece of clay put aside on the side here that I'll just take some clay and I'll show you how to add the ears and which techniques to use for that. But the first thing that we want to do is we want to make the body of the raccoon. So what I want to do is from here, this whole piece here, I want to make the tail. We're going to work on that, and I'll show you how to make that shape. We're going to take this ball of clay right here and we're going to work it. And I'm going to take this, see I'm kind of working this side here. This is the side that I'm going to have be the tail. So just kind of pull it out a little bit, and then just kind of go around like that. And you want to make that shape of the tail. And then what I want to do is I want to make the shape of the body. So I'll show you how we'll kind of do that. You want to kind of have that little hump in the back. See how it's starting to, you want to create that. Just work it, just like that. You want to create that little bump. And then what we can do also is what I want to do is just kind of take and smooth it a little bit, because we're going to be making the fur. And then we'll be using a toothpick for that. But so I'm just kind of smoothing that over so the texture's a little smoother. And I'll just work the tail a little bit more, just like that. See how that's coming about? So now, that's the shape that you want. See, you get the arch in the back, the tail, and we're going to put the head onto the body. So we're going to take this ball of clay here, and we're going to take and press it into here. Just like that, and we're going to work it together so it bonds quite nicely. Just like that. We just kind of work it like that. See how we did that? And then what I want to do is I'll show you how we're going to make the face. I'm going to pick this one up here. What we want to do is, see how we have the pointed snout here? And he's got like, it's kind of like bushy on the side of his cheeks here. We're going to kind of pull that out, and then we're going to create those little cheeks and to create that effect. So it will look like this when we're done but it won't have the ears at this point. We're going to take, I'm going to take and kind of pull this out like this. I'm going to go around like this. See how it's starting to kind of come into a point? You want to pull that out like that to create that nose. Gonna work it like that. And then what I'd like to do is I'd like to use the additive technique. We're going to add a little bit of clay to build up those cheeks. I'm going to take some clay over here. We'll just take a little piece off. I'll show you using the additive technique. We'll kind of build the side. See how I'm adding that? I want to build that up a little bit. You kind of just work that in like that. See how it's kind of, we're building that out? We're going to do the same on the other side. So I'm going to take a piece of clay off of here. And we'll take and put this on the other side over here. Right here. I just want to look to make sure that it's coming out the way I want. So you're going to work that in, just like that. I'll show you. Let me compare it to the other one. It's coming along. See that? See how we got that on the side and on that side? I'm just going to add a little bit more clay. Just a little bit there. See how I just kind of work that in? Just to add a little bit more. And then we'll add a little bit more on the other side. See how I'm just kind of working that in? Take it, pinch it, and work it together like that. Push it in. And I want to make sure about the right, look at it head on, kind of make sure they're about the same size. And then I'm going to kind of take my fingers and kind of create where the eyes are going to go. And then we'll also create the ears at this point. So what I'm going to do is take a couple of pieces of clay off of here. I'll show you the size that I want. Just kind of pinch that off the ball of clay. And make sure they're approximately the same size. So see those there? We'll make the ears. I'm going to show you the shape that you want. See these ears here? See how they almost look like a sharp, pointy triangle? And that's what they'll look like from the side. And then we'll take our sculpting tool, we'll kind of sculpt that out. But I'll show you how to make the shape and how to put it onto the raccoon's head. So we're going to take this, and we're going to create the ear like this. See that? Just kind of make that triangular shape. So you got that shape there, and then you flatten it out. And what we're going to do is we're going to take and put it onto the raccoon's head right about here. And you want to kind of work it in from all sides. See that? Comes out pretty nice. And then we'll proceed to make the other ear. So I'll take that. You take that, we want to make that triangular shape, so flatten it out like this. And then you take and kind of create that point like this. See how it's got a nice triangular shape? Just like that. And we're going to take that now, and we're going to work that in on the other side. Right here. Push it in. And then from the front, we'll work it, we'll build it up a little bit. Do that. See how nicely that turned out? And then the next step that we want to do is, I think we'll make the legs. So what I want to do is I'll show you how we're going to do the legs. See these legs here? We want to create this shape here with the foot. And we'll do the back legs in that manner. So I'm going to pick up these pieces of clay, and we're going to kind of work it like this, just like that. And we're going to create that foot too. I'm just going to keep working it like this. And then you kind of get to the bottom there. See that? I'm kind of pulling out the foot. Just like that. Just going to work it. I want to kind of create that shape. So this is the shape that you want. And I'll proceed to make the other leg in the same manner. I'm taking it, kind of see how I'm squeezing this here, flattening it out. And then kind of pulling down on it, because I want to make that foot, and just kind of work that, pull that foot out like that. Just like that. And I'll make sure they're approximately the same size. And then we can attach them to the side of the body. What I will do is I'll take this leg here and attach it right about there. And kind of just work it in. Just like that. So I'm kind of pinching the clay into the, like that. And then what we also want to do is we want to go and do the underside here. So you can kind of take some clay like this and kind of push up against the leg. That way, you want to make sure it gets attached underneath like that. Now we're going to proceed to make the other leg, and I'm going to take that leg and put that right about here. Just like that. So I'm kind of working that in. And work that into the body. Just kind of push that in like that. Go all around. We're going to flip it over, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. Kind of work the clay up underneath so it attaches under here. Just like that. Now that we've done that, we want to create the two front legs. So I'll show you how to do that. You're going to take these and just kind of work it like that. And I'll show you the shape. We're going to kind of pull that foot out. See how I'm pulling that foot out? A little bit. Just like that. And I'll proceed to make the other leg in the same manner. And I'll show you. We'll take this. Just going to work the clay like this. Just like that. See, I'm pulling it out, and then I'm going to create the foot at the bottom here. Just like that. And kind of pull it out. And then what we're going to do is we're going to attach this leg over here. See how I'm putting that there? And just kind of work that in like that. Just like that. And then we'll go underneath, and we'll do the same thing we did with the other one. Just kind of take that toothpick. See how I'm just kind of working it up, putting it up against the leg, like that. And we'll proceed to put the other leg on. I'm going to take that leg, I'm going to add this other leg over here. That one there. And just kind of push it up, push the clay into the raccoon, just like that. And we're going to go underneath and we'll attach, use this to attach. So now we got the legs in pretty good shape. I just want to see if I can get them to stand. Like that. And now what I'd like to do is, I think we'll work on the eyes. I'll show you where we'll be. See these two eyes here? The round eyes. We're going to take the toothpick, poke a hole, create the hole, and then we're going to take some smaller piece of clay and then put them in for the eyes. So we're going to do this. We're going to take, I'm going to poke it like right here. Just going to work that like that. So you can see, just like that. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Just going to work it like that, go around. And then you'll see those nice little eyes. And then we're going to take some smaller pieces of clay and we're going to put like eyeballs in there. So I'm going to take some very small pieces of clay here and I'll show you. I'm going to keep them small. About this size, you can barely see them. And we're going to try to put those into the eyes. See, I take and I'm going to roll these. And then I'm going to try to stick that back into the eye area here. I'll do the same on the other side. And then what we can do is we can try to make the outline of the eye. Take your toothpick. See this? I want to show you. You kind of go around like this. Kind of make that outline. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. Just like that. And those are the eyes. And the next thing that we want to do is we want to make the nose. So I'm going to take another little piece of clay, like this, and we're going to put that in the front of the nose. So it's a little ball of clay about that size. And then we're going to take and put that in the front, right here. I'll show you the shape that we want. Just kind of put that in the front. And then what we'll do is you kind of poke some holes here. And then you can do that on the other side. That on the other side. Make sure I did it in the right spot. And then we'll try to make the mouth. In the mouth, you can go like, you can do this. And then underneath, just kind of go up and around like a U. And then come down on the other side. Here. Try to get that so you can see it. And just kind of go like that. So there's the mouth on the raccoon. And then what we'll do is I'll show you how to make some of the fur. On this size ball of clay here, you want to poke a couple of holes, because to keep the clay from cracking. And then what you need to do is we're going to make the feet. So I'm going to show you how to do that technique. On the feet here, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. On the other one, you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for the back feet, you'll do the same. You're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for this one here, we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. See how you can see the little grooves? And that's how you create the feet. Very simple way to do it. Now what we want to do is we want to make the fur on the raccoon. So here for the snout, we'll just take some short strokes here like this to make the fur. Just like that. Do very short little strokes for the face, and then underneath for the jaw. And then for the side of the face, you'll probably make some longer strokes like this. It gives it a very nice effect by doing that. And you do the same to the other side. You want to have longer strokes. And you continue to, make small strokes up here for the head. Make the fur. And then another thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to take the sculpting tool, which is here. See this little, it has a little triangular head. I'll show you, this is the one that can be bought in any art store. They usually come in a package like this. And you probably have like half dozen different types of instruments, but they usually have 3 metal tools like this in here. And I like this because with the triangular head, you can carve out the ears. We will take the tool, and you can take like this, and you just kind of push that in, and carve it out. See how it made that nice hole? And we'll do the same on the other side. Then you pull out. So it makes that nice little groove inside the ears. And then what we want to do is we'll continue to make the fur. So what I like to do too is I like to go underneath, do the short strokes for like the head area. And then you'll continue to make the fur around the legs. You can probably make those a little longer, those strokes there, like this. Just like that. Just keep going around. And then the hind legs, or the back legs, just kind of work it like that. Just take your toothpick and kind of work it like that to make the fur. Just like that. And then for the fur along the back and the side of the body, just kind of do little strokes like that. And you'll also do strokes underneath the body. So just continually go around like that. You're going to work the tail and make lines like that to create that fur-like effect. So you'll do the entire body of the raccoon in that manner. And I'll show you what it should look like when it's completed. This is what the fur should look like when it's done. See how I made all the strokes? You can see right here for the legs, the body, the back, the tail. And you even do some strokes on the underside, in the underside of the face. So the next step in the process is we want to paint the raccoon. And I'll show you, we want to use several different colors. We want to use black. We want to use brown. We want to use gray. And we want to use white. So the size brushes that we'll use are, I want a small brush for the eyes. I'll use this size brush here to do the eyes. For the body, and let's see, for the face, the white, I'll probably use this size brush here for the white part of the face. The gray on the face, they'll go around the eyes. We'll use this size brush here. And then for the brown body, we'll use this size right here. So what I'm going to show you how to do is paint it. I think we'll do the gray first. I'll make sure to take a quick look at my raccoon that I did last night and see. I want to kind of paint around the eyes. See that? We want to paint that area there because when we paint the black eyeballs, it will contrast them. So I'm going to take and just paint around there. Paint like that. And then we will paint the eyeballs in a minute. So we'll take the eyeballs here and we'll paint them black. Just like that. And then there'll be some other areas you'll kind of want to touch up with the black a little bit, maybe cover the gray a little bit with the black. Go around. Just like that. We'll kind of paint that top part there. See how that looks? Gives you a nice contrast with the eyes, with the gray. And then we'll paint the nose black. Just like that. Just dab it nicely. I'd probably, don't worry if you go a little over the nose. What I might have to do is I probably have to touch it up, go over it with the white. So I'm going to put that in there. And then for the face, we're going to do the white. I kind of will look at my model here. So see, just to kind of see what I had done last night. So I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to paint the underside white. Like this. Just going to go back and forth with the brush strokes. The lower jaw area here we'll kind of paint all white. Just going to paint that the white color. And then we'll kind of go up here a little bit with the white. We'll do the same for the other side. And now we'll proceed to do the brown. So we'll do the which we'll be using for the body. What I like to do is paint in the brown, probably paint the underside of the raccoon first, right here. Back and forth, back and forth. Just like that. That way you don't have to worry about it. Then paint the tail. See how we're painting the tail here? Back and forth, back and forth. Just like that. And we're going to paint all the way around the tail like that. And then we'll do this. So I painted that nicely. And you want to do the inside of the legs when you're painting here. Do the inside like that. We got this side. And then you want to paint the top part of the feet like that. Kind of just go back and forth. We'll do the other side. Back and forth. And do that, the other foot. And we want to paint the entire raccoon in that manner. What I like to do too is put a little brown up here too, where I put the black and the white. And I want to do it on the other side too. And then we can paint the ears. Paint those brown. And now we can paint you want to paint back here, like that, the brown. So now what you're going to do is you're going to paint the entire raccoon with that brown color like that. Just paint the entire body brown. And there's one other area that we have to paint black. And I'll get another brush for that, one that we've used previously. We'll get our black, and we're going to do the tail. So on the tail of the raccoon, you're going to paint like a black stripe like this. Go all the way around. And then you can paint another one almost right next to it. And then just go around. And then we're going to proceed to do another ring. And I think we might try to squeeze one more in there. Up around here. Just like that. And you have some nice rings. I'll show you what the painted version should look like. This is the painted raccoon. So I did the black for the eyes. You got a little gray around the eyes to kind of show you the separation. I got the blacks, the white with the brown. And he looks like a little bandit. And then you can see that I painted underside brown and painted the entire raccoon that brown color. But then for the tail, you can see how I made the different rings. I made 4 rings here. And what you do is you just kind of try to go completely around the tail. See how they just kind of go all the way around? And that's the raccoon. I think of him as a little pesky little rascal. And I do want to thank you for coming to Creations in Clay tonight. And I do look forward to seeing you again next week. Goodbye for now.